Happy Wednesday, everyone. It's April 1st, 2020. New week, new opportunities, and a new month on the horizon. On the last episode, we discussed Matthew 22:14. Many are called, but few are chosen, to spread, increase, and develop. And today, I want to do something totally different, man. Definitely, it's a spring-like day. For one, I'm sitting outside. I ain't sweating. Got the microphone, and you see I got the bloodstream gear on. I got the shades on, aka the Cavallis. I'm just chilling, man. I want to sit outside, man, and no script, no written down, no premeditation, no nothing. Just want to do something totally different for the people, man, and just connect in a different way. I know that last week, probably, I can't remember the actual date top of my head, but it was last Sunday, not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before. For 6 days straight, I dreamed about my mom, and it was the first time that I'd done that since she had passed, and the dreams were so vivid and so real and authentic, and for 6 days she didn't say one word to me. She was present in my dreams, and all of my dreams besides one day I was a little boy in a sense. I was probably 8 or 9 in all the dreams besides one, and I really don't know what that really means. I know that I talked to my dad, and he said one thing or another about it, and I talked to my niece, and kind of got some family perspective on it. And really, for 2 days I was flustered and frustrated because it was the first time that I seen her face so vividly, and for her to come back and it was like, wow, you don't say nothing, no advice, no nothing. But on the 7th day, towards going to make it a week on that Sunday, I didn't have a dream at all. And my niece, she texted me and was like, did you have a dream? I was like, yeah, I did, but mine wasn't involved in it. It was just, I don't know, I was present, but I wasn't present in my dream. You get what I'm saying? Maybe not, but it really put some things in perspective for me, because, if you've, tragically have experienced death, each one of us as humans, we're going to experience that. And that's one thing I wish on no man, is to experience the loss of a loved one. But I know certain times we will. And it's good to always have that circle, if it's your friends, your family, whoever the case may be, that you can lean on in time of dire need, in a sense. And I know those 2 days that I was flustered and frustrated, I really didn't want to be bothered. I was really searching for some answers. I was angry. I was angry that, wow, I hadn't seen your face this vividly since 2011. And all of a sudden, for 6 days straight, I dream about you, and you don't say nothing to me, not a word. But you're just present, and I'm hanging on to you, and as a mama's boy, ain't no replacing that, man. There's no replacing that, being a mama's boy. And sometimes you're leaning on some advice, some direction. And for years I never had that, because I had to lean and trust on myself for that guidance, and I had to lean on my faith for that guidance, and to put myself in those right positions and doing the right thing when no one's looking, as they say, and it was impactful. It really was. I got to be 100 with you. It really was impactful, man. Just to see her face, to be able to touch her, to smell her, to just be in her presence, and vice versa. It was a time where we were both needing to see each other. Maybe not to say nothing, just to, as my uncle would say, which was my mom's best friend, was her brother, lay my eyes on you, pretty much. And we definitely got to do that for 6 days straight. And I know a few days after that, I was finally was able to put certain things in perspective. I spoke on them last week on the last episode about Forrest having some bloodstream gear visible and attainable for the public, and definitely I'm working on that for sure. I know that the times that we're in, you're kind of hesitant on spending money in a sense, but I'm not really worried about the what's next. I got to worry about what's right now, and right now is the best way to do is to get my message out there is to have some memorabilia in a sense, some wristbands, shirts, hats, whatever the case may be, because, it's not just a brand, it's a way of life. I mean, the core of who you are. And I got to do that. I got to believe in myself and my abilities that the things are going to be okay, because right now I know we're in a time of crisis and everybody don't know which way to turn, or they're speculating this, that, and the other. But we got to have that faith the size of a mustard seed and continue to spread that, because if people don't have that, they ain't got nothing. They got nothing to lean on, because the news is gonna mess you up. Social media is for damn sure gonna mess you up, and and word of mouth could mess you up if you allow it to. And instead of being locked in, in your house, really, expand your mind. Get to know yourself, and like I said, those dreams that I had, man, those are very vivid. And I was kind of skeptical to share that with you guys, but hey, we all family, you know what I'm talking about? And we gotta, hold each other accountable. And when things hit you that are that impactful, you gotta share them. It happens for a reason. It's not a coincidence. It wasn't on an accident or anything of that nature. It was for me to share with you guys that, hey, you got to pay attention to those signs. Our loved ones, they miss us and we miss them just as much as equal. And, and you just got to pay attention to those signs, man, and kind of put things together little by little, not get frustrated, because I know I did. I got frustrated. I really got angry. And, I had to, check myself, because I was hurting a lot of people, man. I really was. I was hurting a lot of people, not only myself, but the people around me, my circle, and it shouldn't be that way. It should never be that way. And like I said, I wanted to share that with you guys and just sit outside and connect in a different way. Let my voice really echo, use this in a football sense. I want my voice to linger like a turf toe, because, man, the turf toe lingers, man. If you ever had a turf toe, it lingers. It lingers, and I want my voice to linger like that. You know what I'm saying? In a positive way, not in a negative way. I want to shine some light on it, man, because right now, man, a lot of people are scared, man. A lot of people are scared, and the times that I do watch the news and hear from people about the news, I'm learning more and more how the laws and legislations and things of that nature are kind of backwards, because I hear that the Smith County had here recently released about 90 prisoners, 90 cellmates, 90 people that were in jail because of what's going on, the virus, the plague. If they committed a non-violent crime or act, they got released. First of all, it was non-violent. Why do you even get arrested anyway? Why? You're wasting taxpayers' money by putting individuals in jail for 10, 15 years for a non-violent act. If they, how this old saying goes, you can't do the time, don't do the crime. But if the crime was minimal, tax them. Get them, penalize them with a big fine and hold them accountable to pay for it. Because I don't want to sit here and pay taxes for someone who did something so minimal. It's like, why? Then you're going to release them on top of that too? Man, I'm not going to pull no fingers or say this, that, the other, but he's just wasting money, man. Just wasting money. Because we're already in debt as a nation. We're already in debt because of helping, some allies and sticking our nose where we shouldn't stick it at times, because we're the biggest, baddest. But at the same time, the biggest, baddest nation, we're running for our lives. We're scared. We're screaming for help. while some of these other countries are really trying to regenerate and get started going back again. And are we asking for help? I have no idea. I'm praying that we are, because there's a lot of lives in stake that have, ultimately passed from this. And, if we don't get it under control soon, there are going to be some more lives taken from it because of some carelessness, man. Just some carelessness, man. I just, I don't know. I'm some of it I'm confused by. Some of it I'm like, you got to have a plan of action, because I see it as, if we're going to release some of these individuals back to society, we got to understand where their shortages are right now. There's a shortage of truckers right now, of getting supplies to the stores. There's a shortage of those. Why can't we get those individuals some type of CDL, a pass, or some type of, educate them on, hey, I know what you did, but this is what it's got to happen going forward. So, we're having a shortage of truckers, man. I mean, stores are not getting the supplies when needed, and people are getting angry. But people are not really seeing the bigger picture like they should, because they're not told everything like they should be told, Factory workers, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're going to release some of these individuals back to society, unfortunately, some of them can't get jobs because of, of what's on their background. Okay. Let's if we're going to shut down certain jobs and places like that, let's let them take over. I may not can get you out of your full sentence, but I can at least knock it down, because some get released for good behavior. And it's like, let's put some of them into the factory workers. It's like, maybe I won't pay you, but I can take some of your sentence time down, which is, it can make it equal in a sense. Equal playing fields is like those individuals that we sending home, replace those with some of those individuals we're releasing back into society. Let them take over some of those positions and keep these factories going. Let's keep the money going that way. Can we think of something simple like that? Some of the non-paying positions, man. Like, if we're going to release individuals back to society, let's educate them somehow, instead of criticizing them, looking at them like, don't touch me, like they're just really just bad people. Yes, unfortunately, some have done some terrible things, but everybody is given a second chance. They got to be given a second chance, because, hell, if I want to give them a second chance, to be honest with you, I'll be 6 feet deep, or I'm in jail somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And those taxpayers are wasting money on me because of what I ultimately did. But God, He's got a bigger plan for me, and by His grace, I'm right here making this, this video and this podcast, and just ultimately just sharing my thoughts that I'm having with you guys. That's just a few things that where I'm at mentally, how I feel like we should be doing. Like I said, there's a shortage of truck drivers. Hey, let's educate them. Let's get them behind the wheel. No funny business. Get the supplies there and back, and let's keep rolling. You know what I'm saying? For the factory workers, like I said, let's send those individuals that are home that might be affected by it. And if we're going to release those individuals back into society, let's do that for them. Let's put them back in the factories. Let's keep them things going. Let's keep the money going. If we want to get the economy going back, there's ways of doing it. We just got to be smart and listen and pay attention and think wisely. I mean, you ain't got to overthink it. You really don't, because, I mean, it's simple. It really is. It's simple. I'm making it seem simple, but I know it's not simple. But, I've had time to think about it while I've been self-quarantining and trying to keep my mind busy and getting acclimated to the changes that are going on, not only with myself, but with society at the moment. Because I know we're going to make it out, for sure. And I think it was yesterday that the Governor Abbott, had said that on May 4th that the schools will be back open. Kind of confused on that. I'm not gonna lie, kind of confused. I don't know why schools should be back open unless they're getting ready for summer school, because I know a lot of the colleges have moved out, and I seen where the NCAA has granted all spring sports an extra year. Kudos to those individuals that are in spring sports get an extra year, because ultimately it's not their fault, had nothing to do with it, and they were deprived of what they are in school for, besides the education. Their athletic ability got them to that point, and with the proper help they'll graduate and move on and help the world in many ways. And I just I wanted to share a few thoughts with you guys. Like I said, just want to do something different. I'm sitting outside chilling, man, feeling. It's a beautiful day. The breeze is blowing. The beard is on fleek, you know what I'm talking about? And I got the Cavallis, they wiped down icy blue, you know what I'm talking about? Jack Frost, Henson, you know what I'm talking about? And yeah, man, like I said, like I always say, man, I hope you guys are, staying woke, staying prayerful, and being smart, and not trying to affect others, because sometimes you might not know that you might be carrying the symptoms, and you might spread them to someone else. Just be smart, man, and stay prayerful, because like I said, I know we're in a time of a crisis, but lean on that faith, man. Lean on it, man. You ain't got no choice but to lean on it. Like I said, you ain't got no choice but to listen to my podcast and watch the vids, you know what I'm talking about? I mean, if you choose to, you choose to. The ones that don't, you don't. It is what it is. But I know that I'm helping someone, I'm touching somebody. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, man, stay up, baby. Stay up.